Hello and welcome. I am Andy Pirate, and this is day 7 of the Light the Spark Arena Challenge. The last day. Here's the hangar down below, but honestly, let's get straight to the gameplay. So, this is at 120% speed. I start out in the Leech. I'm thinking good close range damage, some toughness with the ability. Might be able to deal with multiple people, though to be fair, the clips on the Coronas are small. Dealing with multiple people might be tough. Get this Nightingale to go into the air, but I take a little bit too much damage doing it. I maybe should have done something. Maybe I should have tried to corner shoot him or something. So then I'm trying to get underneath him to avoid some of those shots from the air support. I used phase shift to give myself a chance to target him, but honestly, I probably should have gone straight into my ability, and I could have used phase shift to reload a little bit once I had unloaded my weapons. Managed to get him. I just wish that second last shot had killed him, but I managed to get him in the end. He gets my phase shift. That's still good for my damage score, and I at least got 1 kill with my first spot. But I'm gonna have a hard time without any sort of healing being able to pull off another kill here. In fact, I get flanked by a Rayker and get finished off. So I come back myself in the Rayker, and unlike a lot of mid-rangers, this Rayker isn't too bad. It's got lockdown, it's got suppression, it's a lot faster than like a behemoth or something like that. It just doesn't have the punch. So I feel like that's a little bit easier to work around though, because you can try to steal kills and stuff, or go after bots with low health, and you have the speed to kind of get away from people. So I see this guy's at low health. I'll go after him. Now he's at really low health, and he actually manages to get to cover, it seems. Once I can get him into a line of sight, we'll see he tries to get cover relative to me as well. He tries to peek out, but I take advantage of the fact that the glare can scatter, and I manage to hit him where the Dragoons might not have. Now I see this Gale over here. He's not coming out of cover. I don't want to go within 300 meters of him. That guy's further away, so I should have some space to back up here. Gale's pretty good against the Rayker because it really can cover a lot of distance with its ability, so the range advantage is not so strong, but I'll see what I can do. The Gale also has a lot of health versus this clip, so he manages to get me almost down to my overdrive, even though I suppressed him, and then the Leech comes in behind me and destroys me. I just got caught in the middle. I really needed to maybe bide my time and look for more actually weak opponents. I don't know. I don't know how I could have gotten myself out between these guys. So the Ares is also pretty good at range. I see these guys fighting and think maybe I can pick up some stuff here. Try to damage this Leech. It's not leeching on me, so I can just shoot it. It's fine, as long as I don't overheat my weapons. But I see this Gale is within 300 meters. I try to back off, but then this other guy's coming in, and I'm getting completely surrounded. I lose most of my health. My situational awareness was definitely off there. I shouldn't have gotten myself into that bad of a situation, and I get killed. So I come back with the Gale. Because of how well it covers distance and stuff, I feel like it's much better later in the game. But I mean, it can get itself out of weird situations. Maybe it's a first spawn. I don't know. I'm hoping to pick up some kills on these weakened guys here. But yeah, so I go to freeze this guy, and then I just kill the Leech as he's going around the corner. He's not linked to me, so I don't really need to worry about shooting him, and he only had a sliver of health left. Now I've got a Leech coming up behind me, but at least he's pretty far away. So I hit this Rayker enough to basically enough to freeze him, but then I wait for the suppression to wear off and finish the job. Then I'm able to heal back up. This Gale is the only bot you can get that has a ton of endurance. All the other bots don't have any healing sources, so between your ability and the healing module, you can have a lot of endurance on this bot. I land here to recoup my ability, because there's not a lot of other bots with verticality in this hangar either, so I'm able to be relatively safe up here. They can't really get super close. I can also drop on either side. I probably should have just dropped down rather than taking those shots from the Leech, but it's pretty far away, so it's not very much damage. Here I'm able to hit the Scorpion a little bit. I see his ability come up. I honestly should have maybe reacted a little bit sooner. He teleports back immediately, I think in the hope of regenerating his ability faster because of how long my ability is. And I'm going to try to kind of chase him around, and I'm going to try to land. Honestly, I needed to turn my momentum just a little bit more before going to land. I would have landed a lot closer to him. He does get his ability back, but he doesn't push it. I get to cover, and then he teleports back, and you know, because I still had plenty of ammo, I'm able to really take him down. Again, I lose my last stand in the process. Hoping here to pick up one more kill with the Gale, because I can regenerate my health, and this guy's pretty weak. Yeah, I'm lasting. I think I'm lasting out his ability, and now I should have landed somewhere with a little bit of distance so I don't get killed by the shotgun, but I lose by targeting because I tried to land on top of the building, and that allows the Ares to steal the kill, and that was entirely my mistake. I shouldn't have let that happen. So I come back here in the Scorpion now. Scorpion is really good against the Ares because it has Shield Breaker and can get in real close and deal the damage. Normally, if you're in like an Ares, you can maybe get a Scorpion outside of your shield if you're make sure you're moving forward when they teleport in on you. But obviously, that doesn't work perfectly because the Scorpion's really fast. So I'm able to completely just take this guy down from nothing. Take him down from full and lose almost nothing myself because of the advantage that I have. Even though he used phase shift. Unfortunately, honestly, maybe it was a mistake for me to teleport back. Something I need to learn to do with Scorpion in free-for-all modes is, not that I have a Scorpion to use in free-for-all, is I need to learn to look at what's behind me before I teleport, so I know what the effect of teleporting back is going to be. So I'm able to take that Ares down as well, even though I'm already damaged, because the Shield Breaker and the teleporting around, I'm just able to overwhelm him. Now I'm really weak. I'm heading towards the guy who is ranked worse of the two people who are left. With the Scorpion with no healing or anything, being this weak, I'm just gonna get, like, maybe I'd be able to do decent damage to a Rayker before they could kill me, but everything else is just gonna be able to power through the 50% resistance, given how much the Scorpion has. So I just go against the guy who's not in third, because that's what's best for my scoring. Now let's look at what this Leech is doing. He probably is trying to get this Nightingale to use healing module before really hard engaging him. So he's gonna try to get a little bit of damage in here. Right here, he's trying to use the range advantage he has. He can deal some damage outside of 300 meters, whereas the Gale cannot. I don't know if he actually gets the Gale to use the healing, but that's probably where, but at least he gets him to go through another ability cycle. Now he's doing what I kind of did at the beginning of the game. He's kind of trying to get underneath the Gale a little bit, trying to minimize the damage from air support. I mean, something like that. He wants to be close when the Gale lands. So he activates his ability, hits the Gale really hard, does what I should have done in the beginning, is use his phase shift at the end of his ability. But he doesn't have enough time to finish the job here. So now, I was able to come in first place. Good. And we'll see in just a second here with the scores that I did. Did pretty well overall, honestly. Like, I definitely had some lucky kills, but I got plenty of damage in. So here we have it. First place, top damage. Honestly, did pretty good. So let's take a closer look at the hangar now. We've got the Scarab Leech over here with Coronas. You got the small clip, you've got the overdrive, you can do lots of damage, you've got the last stand, you can survive in situations. But honestly, you have no healing. When the last stand goes off, you're not really gonna go get a bunch more kills. You are going to maybe be able to finish off who you're currently fighting. Then we've got Atomizer, Quarker, Ares. Again, you got phase shift, which is good against some of these. It's good against suppression a little bit, especially if you manage to get that suppression in just before you get your shield up, or something like that, or just surprise you with suppression, and you can phase shift and then pop the shield right at the end of the phase shift. Talking about against a Rayker here, but Doesn't do a whole ton of good against a Scorpion, for example, as you probably saw. But you also have anti-control on this Ares. So if you're going against the Ares with the Leech or the Rayker, be aware it has anti-control. Then we got the Scorpion with the Shield Breaker and regular damage modules, so you don't have to worry about whether or not you're on the threshold for the overload, but you don't get the huge boost of damage that you would get from that. I mean, it's pretty good. As I said, it has very bad endurance. I've said this multiple times. The Scorpion's endurance is terrible if it doesn't have any sort of healing. The Nightingale, on the other hand, has armor modules and healing and its own healing ability and last stand. It's crazy endurance and a good burst DPS, but without any damage modules or anything, the Cryos sometimes don't get there. As you kind of saw with my first engagement with the Leech, where the Gale wasn't quite able to kill me. Wasn't quite able to get me to trigger my last stand fast enough to prevent me from finishing him off. Then you've got the Rayker, you've got the overdrives. Might find yourself in a situation where you can get those triggered like just barely and then take advantage of that range, but usually all these other bots have shorter range than you. So if your overdrives are getting triggered, you might be in trouble. But if you could use cover carefully, you might be able to deliberately trigger the overdrive, though I don't recommend being too intentional about that. I guess you could suppress someone right as you think they're about to trigger your overdrive. That's something you could consider. And you got the lockdown, which against some of these bots might allow you to buy the time to actually finish them off, especially if they started off damaged. Anyways, thank you for joining me for this event, and this is the last one, and I'm going to be streaming as normal. If you liked what you saw here, or my content in general, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I'll be back with more content later. But anyways, until then, I'm Antifire, wishing you luck in Arena, wishing you a good day, and signing off.